Welcome to the AI Insight Podcast. I'm Nora, your host. Each week, we explore the ideas shaping artificial intelligence, finance, and the world around us, one deep dive at a time. Let's begin today's episode.
Okay, let's unpack this. We are diving deep today into a topic that, well, it feels like it leaped straight out of a sci-fi movie,
It really does.
But it's actually reshaping our world right now. The rise of artificial intelligence. And specifically how it's kind of blurring the lines between human and machine in some really profound ways.
It feels like the pace is just accelerating, doesn't it?
Yeah,
This isn't just about basic automation anymore.
not at all.
We've been exploring some excerpts from this piece, The Future of AI, how machines are learning to think, feel, and create like us.
Right.
And what jumps out immediately is how AI is moving into these areas we once thought were just human, exclusively human.
Absolutely. So our mission here in this deep dive is really to be your guides. We want to pull out the most important nuggets, the surprising insights from these pages for you.
Yeah,
Because honestly, this isn't just theory. We're talking about machines that are starting to interpret emotions,
right. That's most.
create art, and even act as like digital versions of ourselves.
It's really about that transition space, isn't it? Where AI goes from just being functional, crunching numbers, optimizing routes.
The predictable stuff.
Exactly.
Sure.
Something much more integrated, something that interacts with the world in ways that feel, human adjacent.
And what we found in this material, it really confirms that. AI is moving from those like science fiction whispers to a surprising, sometimes really astonishing reality. It's happening now.
And what's particularly fascinating is how this analysis frames this shift. For a long time, the AI conversation was very black and white.
Yeah, either savior or destroyer.
Right. It was going to fix everything or, end us all. But the reality, as these pages show, it's far more complex.
Okay.
It's rooted in really sophisticated pattern recognition adaptation.
Yeah.
But it's also venturing into these territories like, replicating empathy.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me, this idea of effective computing. We found some fascinating insights into this field. It's focused on building AI that can interpret, maybe even simulate human emotions.
So just think about what that means for a second.
Yeah.
A digital assistant that doesn't just hear your words, but can actually detect the frustration in your voice
And adjust.
and respond with more patience. Yeah. Or imagine, say, a virtual companion for an elderly person,
Okay.
one that can recognize signs of loneliness and offer, appropriate interaction.
And that experiment they mentioned, modeling an AI after a toddler's brain,
Oh, that one.
that one really blew my mind. It wasn't just about complex calculations. It was like recognizing objects, responding to emotional cues.
And even mimicking a stress response.
Yeah, releasing virtual noradrenaline when it got startled.
Which immediately brings up a huge question, doesn't it?
Is it feeling?
Right. Is that system actually feeling stress?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just an incredibly sophisticated simulation? Now, the material doesn't suggest it's actually feeling. But the ability to mimic that fight or flight response in a way that mirrors biological reactions, that's a pretty significant step towards systems that respond to complex states.
In ways that seem very, very similar to ours.
Strikingly similar. Yeah.
Okay, so if AI can start to understand us, what about AI becoming us?
Ah, yes.
We also looked into this concept of digital doppelgängers. These AI avatars designed to replicate individuals.
This feels very Black Mirror, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
totally. Recreating a digital version of yourself.
It have that vibe, absolutely. But it's moving rapidly out of science fiction. The analysis explains how researchers are using things like neural networks, motion capture, to build these avatars that can convincingly mimic human speech patterns, facial expressions, even subtle personality quirks.
So these aren't just like advanced chatbots.
No.
They're being designed to be you digitally. The material points to early uses, maybe customer service.
Right, the simpler stuff first.
But the trajectory seems to be towards AI clones that learn from us, speak like us, and act as our digital proxies.
And if you just pause and think about the implications there,
Oh, yeah.
this capability brings immediate, pretty significant ethical challenges, which thankfully these pages highlight.
Like what?
Well, if your AI avatar speaks for you, who's ultimately accountable for what it says or does?
Good question.
Could this digital twin potentially, live on or keep interacting after the original person is gone?
Wow.
And how do we even begin to prevent misuse, identity theft? when a really convincing digital version of you exists out there?
These questions definitely don't have easy answers, and the source material points out they force us to fundamentally reconsider, well, what it means to be human in an AI-driven world.
Exactly.
It's way beyond just a tech challenge. It feels existential.
It really pushes us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
To think about the core of identity agency in this increasingly digital landscape we're all navigating.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about something traditionally seen as, well, uniquely human: creativity.
Ah, yes. Another frontier.
This analysis shows AI is rapidly changing that picture, too. We're seeing algorithms composing music,
Generating visual art.
writing poetry, the example of that robot musician improvising seamlessly with human players.
That was remarkable.
Blending styles on the fly, it's just incredible.
Yeah, and this shows AI isn't just, mimicking existing creative styles. It seems genuinely capable of generating novel output.
Right.
But I think the most powerful insights from this material, for me at least, come from exploring how this creativity really shines when it's human-AI collaboration.
Oh, the examples they used for this. Yeah, they were incredibly moving, like the story of the drummer who had lost an arm.
Right, using that bionic prosthetic powered by AI.
And it's not just a functional replacement, is it?
Not at all. The material really highlights how this prosthetic actually enhances his ability. It enables him to perform rhythms, complex patterns.
Things that would be impossible even with a biological arm alone.
Exactly. And the discussion about AI prosthetics using ultrasound and machine learning to detect those tiny, subtle muscle movements for precise finger control.
Yeah.
Imagine, for someone who hasn't had hand function for decades,
Yeah.
level of restoration, that capability,
Mm-hmm.
it's profoundly transformative.
It's presented almost like not just technology, but like a second chance, or restoration of possibility.
That's a great way to put it.
It just beautifully illustrates AI not replacing human potential, but augmenting it, restoring what was lost, or even enabling totally new forms of expression, interaction.
Which brings us neatly to the sort of forward-looking insights, doesn't it?
Yeah, what's next?
The next decade, it predicts, isn't just about automation. It's going to be about widespread human-AI augmentation.
Okay, break that down. Like what?
Well, imagine doctors predicting disease earlier with much greater accuracy by analyzing huge data sets.
Okay, that's huge.
Or farmers using AI to optimize crop yields, really fight famine, by understanding really complex environmental patterns. Or artists discovering entirely new creative mediums through collaborating with these intelligent systems.
The possibilities unlocked by that kind of partnership, they feel almost limitless.
They do. But, and this is crucial, the material also grounds this vision. It acknowledges the significant risks we absolutely must navigate proactively.
Right. It's not all sunshine and roses.
Definitely not. The dangers of deepfakes, for instance, the ethical minefield of autonomous weapons, and that persistent challenge of AI bias baked into the systems.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And this just underscores a vital point that comes through again and again. Progress isn't guaranteed to be positive.
No.
The key, as this analysis really strongly suggests, lies in the deliberate ethical development and deployment of AI, making sure these powerful tools actually serve humanity.
Rather than posing a threat or exerting control.
Exactly.
So, wrapping this up then, what does this whole deep dive into the material tell us? I think the conclusion is powerful and it's pretty clear.
What's your takeaway?
AI isn't presented as being here to replace us. It's framed as being here to extend what we can do.
I agree. From those lifelike avatars that could act as our digital stand-ins,
Right.
to the bionic limbs that restore lost abilities and even create new ones. The future envisioned here is definitely a partnership.
A collaboration.
A collaboration between human ingenuity and machine intelligence.
Yeah.
Amplifying human potential.
And this transformation, it's not some distant future thing, is it? It's already happening all around us.
It really is.
So understanding these developments, these sometimes surprising capabilities, it's crucial for you, the listener, because you are living through this incredible shift.
Yeah.
And this material, it offers a fantastic window into that unfolding reality.
The fundamental question isn't really whether AI will reshape our world. It already is doing that.
Sure.
The real challenge, I think, and the one this analysis leaves us pondering is, how will we guide and shape that transformation?
And reflecting on everything we've just unpacked, from AI, reading emotions and creating digital selves, to boosting human creativity and physical ability.
Yeah.
The material leaves us with one final, really provocative thought for you to consider.
Which is?
Given all these advancements, Should AI strive to become more human-like? Or is it actually important for it to remain distinctly artificial?
That's a question that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? How we define progress, what future we actually want to build alongside these increasingly capable machines.
It's definitely something to keep thinking about long after this deep dive.